People that know me from college are probably gonna be so confused when they see the title of this video. They're gonna be like, Krista, you used to black out at least once a week. What are you talking about? What's up guys, it's Krista Sue. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. First of all, yesterday I hit 1,000 subscribers, which was super sick. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me. I really appreciate it. The fact that literally anyone liked what I had to say enough to hit subscribe just really I appreciate everyone who has stayed subscribed to me after that hiatus I just took. I work full-time and I do suffer with pretty bad anxiety, so I appreciate your patience. I will work on posting more consistently. That's a goal of mine moving forward. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I don't drink alcohol. I have mentioned it here and there in my videos that I just don't really drink. I know that's not really a norm for people my age, but choosing to stop drinking has caused one of the most positive shifts I've ever experienced in my life, and I wanted to talk to you guys about just kind of my history with alcohol, why I stopped drinking, and why I continue to not. What's up? It's Editing Krista. I just wanted to clarify, when I say that I do not drink, I mean that I do not binge drink, and I very rarely consume alcohol. Every now and then I will have a couple or a few drinks, but that is really limited to like maybe a couple times a year, just to clarify. I'm not making this video because I look down upon people that drink or anything. Whatever you choose to do, that's your prerogative. I just really want to open the discussion and normalize not drinking, because I'm so sick of when I tell people that I don't drink, their first reaction being, oh, why? Well, why don't you do meth? Same reasons, really. Drinking and going out culture is such a normalized lifestyle in our society, and when you choose not to participate in it, it's seen as weird, abnormal, and you're kind of an outlier. I really think it should be the opposite, but I digress. So yeah, I'm gonna break this video down into 3 parts. My history with alcohol, why I initially decided to stop drinking, and why I continue to not drink, because those two kind of differ. So, my history with alcohol. People that know me from college are probably gonna be so confused when they see the title of this video. They're gonna be like, Krista, you used to black out at least once a week. What are you talking about? So I guess that's a good segue into this part. Growing up, my family didn't really keep alcohol around the house. I knew that drinking was a thing, but it's not something that was really present in my life. And I didn't start to drink until later in high school, and I really only drank a handful of times maybe in high school, kind of like end of junior year going into senior year. And I didn't really start to drink until I went to college. I went to Washington State University, and that's kind of known in the area as like a huge party school. Not why I decided to go there, but that is kind of its reputation. And let me tell you, it lives up to that. I did join a sorority when I started school, and being in Greek life at a party school in the middle of nowhere, there was just a lot of partying going on, and I got swept into it very fast. I didn't even really think about what I was doing. I just did what everyone else was doing, which I don't recommend. During my heaviest drinking phase, which was freshman through sophomore year, I was binge drinking about 3 days a week, often browning or blacking out. And I slowed down going into my junior year, and I kind of completely stopped by the end of my junior year. Now let's get into why I decided to stop drinking. Kind of the biggest reason why I decided to stop was that I was brought to like the abrupt realization that almost every single bad thing that ever happened to me in college while I was drinking was either caused by or included excessive drinking. Huge red flag obviously. Another reason is that it was affecting my relationships with people. When you go out and don't really remember anything, that doesn't bode well with people that care about you. Obviously, they're worried about you. You can often say things that you don't mean. You can flake out on things that you're supposed to be responsible for, and that ultimately just can really negatively affect your relationship with people. There were also aspects of my life that were negatively impacted by my excessive drinking that I didn't notice at the time. Like, my mental health problems were extremely exacerbated by alcohol. My grades suffered because of it. Almost immediately after I decided to stop drinking, I went from like a 2.9 GPA to a 3.8. I had to change my battery out, so sorry if kind of the positioning and everything is a little bit different, but I guess now we can kind of get into why I continue to not drink. I have like a laundry list of reasons why I continue to not drink. Like I just mentioned, alcohol really exacerbated my mental health problems. I was incredibly depressed while I was drinking. Like, oftentimes I couldn't get out of bed to do the things that I needed to do, and it made my anxiety a lot worse. And I noticed a huge shift in my mental health after I completely stopped drinking. It's still pretty bad, but you know, better than where we were, which is the goal, I guess. And it's funny that it made my mental health worse because, you know, your hindsight vision is kind of 20/20, and I definitely was drinking, one, because that was just kind of the thing to do. Everyone did. It was super normal to just get schmacked every weekend, but also I have really bad social anxiety, and I would drink to curb that. You know, having alcohol in you makes it a lot easier to socialize, obviously. It lowers your inhibitions and whatnot, and because I kind of really jumped into drinking really quickly, I never really learned my limit, and that was just a recipe for disaster. Another reason is that I didn't feel like crap all the time. I didn't notice that I felt like crap all the time until I stopped drinking for a period of time, and then like had a night where I drank a little bit, and then I just really noticed the effects it had on my body and the duration of the effects. It was so long, it was like a week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was probably feeling like this all the time, and I just didn't notice because that's what was normal for me. And that's kind of scary, the effects that it has on your body, just the effects that alcohol has on your body. Like I said a second ago, hindsight vision is 20/20. I remember during orientation, like, we had a sit-down conversation with someone that told us about like how bad alcohol is for you and how bad binge drinking is and why you shouldn't do it. And it's like I was listening, but I didn't really understand the gravity of it. And now, from kind of an outsider's perspective, looking in on people that do decide to binge drink, I just know the negative effects it has on your body, especially when you're drinking to the point where you don't remember stuff. I don't really want to get huge into the science of it because it's not something I am an expert in or anything. If you want to do research, you can, but kind of just a general gist is that alcohol is a depressant. It kind of slows every single part of your body down, and when you drink to excess, your body can't function the way it's supposed to, so it kind of has to decide what to forego so that it can support the things that are most important, like your heart beating, for instance. So that's why people's memories are the first thing to go. That's why you black out, and then also that's kind of like why people pee themselves when they get super drunk. It's because those kind of parts are the least important. It's focusing on the things that your body needs to survive. I remember I was told that too during like orientation and during programs and stuff, but I really just didn't let it sink in how bad alcohol is for you. And now that I'm kind of outside of it, I see the negative effects, and I just can't get myself to binge drink anymore because I know the effects that it's having on my body, and I don't want to do that to my body because I care about my body and I want it to live a long, fruitful life, you know? Kind of building off of that outsider looking in perspective, I did completely remove myself from the lifestyle of going out and drinking, like going to clubs, bars, parties. Initially it was because I couldn't really go out without drinking and have a good time, so I just had to completely separate myself from that lifestyle. That has changed. Like, I go to raves and stuff and don't have to like drink or anything. I can just have a good time because I enjoy the music and the people that I'm with. Now that I'm separated from it, I can't get myself to get back into like going out and going to bars or anything, because that situation makes me incredibly uncomfortable. And it's not just because I have social anxiety, it's because now that I truly understand the negative effects that alcohol has on people and the bad things it can cause in people's lives, I just can't get myself to contribute to the normalization of drinking and partying. You know, these negative effects are often overlooked by everyone. Other drugs are often seen as taboo and are illegal, despite that they are equally as bad or less bad for you than alcohol is overall. And that really bothers me. So I can't really get myself to participate in that culture. Overall, choosing not to drink has been an amazing decision for my life. I've grown so much since I decided not to drink. I feel like when I was drinking, my self-awareness and growth were really stunted, and I've grown so much since I decided to stop, which makes me really happy. I'm just a lot happier and healthier than I was. Kind of my point of this video is just to share my experience and kind of normalize not drinking at my age. You know, I'm 24, it's not really the norm. And I also just want to encourage you to look at your drinking habits, and if they're healthy or not, and if they aren't healthy, then maybe ask yourself why you do choose to drink an unhealthy amount, and kind of look at it from an objective perspective, because drinking in excess is bad for you. There's not really an argument against that. Yeah, I think that about covers it. I hope you liked this video and got something out of it. If you did like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below, and subscribe to me if you want to. If not, I get it. I will see you next time, guys.